guys, welcome to my channel where today I am working on a new open collaboration by Scrapbooks and Memories, and this is an open collab. Let me turn this down so I don't get a bunch of noise. It's an open collab and Scrapbooks and Memories, and it's hashtag ephemera madness 24. And so if you go over to our channel, you'll get the monthly prompts. I figured this is one that I can keep up with because it's the first Monday of every month. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? So this week's prompt, or this February's prompt, is bingo cards, right? Bingo cards. It's going to be February through December. Okay, February is bingo cards, and then March is book pages. April, spring. So like I said, it goes on and on, each month, new prompt. So for February, it is bingo cards. So I went online. I didn't feel like making my own, although I did print out 2 blank cards. I went online and I went to one of my favorite places, and that is Louisa Heinzel's shop. And I found these dragonfly bingo cards. They're already kind of made up, but I'm just going to embellish them a little more. As you can see, I kind of did some bingo daubs, and I am going to right now put acrylic matte medium on them, acrylic matte medium over them, and that's to get them ready for me to be able to yep, that word, do some other stuff with them, right? I'm going to clear coat them. I'm going to put some numbers on them because it's bingo, right? So we're going to go with, get it the right way. Here we go. First thing I'm going to do is put some numbers and letters on them. Is that backwards? I don't want to do it backwards. No, that's the right way. Okay, so we're going to put some numbers on them, and we're going to let those dry, and then we're going to cover them with matte medium, and then we'll do a wash, okay? Simple stuff. And then I found these, guys. I bought these, of course, on Temu, and I liked them because they pick up just a little bit. Yeah, I think that's where I want. And they scrape off really thin, so you don't get that ugly, where they blur. You can't really tell what they are. All right, there's that one. And I wasn't paying particular attention. I just wanted it to be like that. So we'll still see the dragonflies once they're done. I went way overboard on this. I didn't realize how much I was getting out. Okay, so now we'll go. Let's go here. Get it even. And we are going to let this dry. And then I will probably start in, I want to do some book pages, but ooh, I do like that. That gets it thick enough you can see it, thin enough it doesn't blur. Pretty happy with the way that turned out. We'll do this one. The thing I didn't like is how much I got on my razor blades. So these are like plastic razor blades. Just right for people like me who don't want to cut themselves super bad. All right, there's that. And there were 6 of these, but I'm only going to do the 3. I'll let that dry. And then I should probably go put this in water. I'll clean it up as best as I can with baby wipes. I got a funny story for you guys. Okay, so if you guys are familiar with red chili, dried red chili, and how hot it is or can be, Also, if you've ever started to make it, it'll take your breath. It'll literally, you'll start coughing and it's hard to breathe. So I'm making today for our dinner pozole. This is Sunday. You guys are going to see this on Monday. But anyhow, so making pozole. And it is ground red chili. You know, you grind up the chili, put it in a blender, and then once it's out of the blender, what am I doing here? Once it's out of the blender, then you put it in a colander, or on, you know, seine it. These are sharp. Okay. I mean, you could cut yourself with them, but I didn't. Anyhow, so I'm doing this right, and my husband, he's enjoying some Sunday TV, and I'm doing the because it's so strong. He comes out to see if I'm all right, and whew, we had to open the doors. Yeah, it was that strong. Okay, that's almost dry. That's almost dry. And that's almost dry. So I ran us all out of our house. This looks good. So I'm going to cover these up. By the time I get this one done, those ones will be ready. And then we're going to give it a wash. And then I'll probably hole punch it and put a little something in it to dress it up. So if you got a day to kill, this would be a good way to do a Mass Make Monday. That's probably what I should have done with these, but this is going to be a collab. Now when that's done, I'll do the opposite side and it'll uncurl. This is just a temporary thing. But now I can do a wash on these, and I'm thinking I'm going to use the Payne's Gray because it's just such a pretty blue gray to me that I think it would be worth it. Definitely worth it. We'll get this guy done and we'll do a wash. Yep. That one, they're all going to curl. But once I start picking up this back, getting the backside damp, it'll straighten up. Wonder where that brown's coming from. Interesting. All right, there's that one. I gotta go rinse my brush. It will not wait. Oh, that was dumb. Maybe I can hang it to dry. I didn't think about that. Actually, what I'll do is I'll stop the video here and then I'll come right back. Okay guys, we are back, and I got the fronts and the backs done, and like I said, you can barely see what's on there, but once we make a wash, and I'm going to do my wash with Payne's Gray and then the matte medium, we'll be able to see what's on the bingo cards. And I'm going to do this hopefully super light so that whoa, I bet that's not super light. I can mix it though. Oh my goodness, I have been making mistakes like this pretty much all day. I hate to waste that Payne's Gray too, because this stuff is not cheap. I wonder if I can scoop that up and put it back in. We're gonna try. See if I get the lid off. I'm probably gonna wind up making a bigger mistake by trying this. No, that's not gonna work. Well, I'm just gonna have to learn to be more careful. So I just barely want any Oh, my brush is very stiff. Yeah, I've been, like I said, this has been the state of my being all day. There we go, that's a little better. Get a little more. Again, I don't want this too dark. What is it about the Payne's gray that we like? But I sure do like the color. Okay. That should do it. Again, I just want it enough to cover. That might not be enough. To cover the numbers. There we go. I think that might do it. And then I'll come in with the wipe, pull it all off. I definitely wanted it that color, a darker color, you know what I mean? We'll see what we got here. Yeah, you can see it. Very nice. So I do know I want it a little darker. A little bit darker. And we're just going to try and cover the letters and the numbers here. And then we'll come back in and wipe it off. Seems kind of like defeating the purpose, but believe me, it makes a difference. Now see, you can still see the numbers. But it's not all over everything. We'll let that set just a minute. And then lift it up a little. See? Gives it that grunge. The grunge we love. It's a little dark there, but I think we should be okay. And I'll go over this. So you can kind of see the numbers. And then once this goes on, you can they really pick up. You can really see them. I like it. All right, I get my stuff a little more wet here. See, you can see it. Oh, I love it. It really shows up in real life. See them? Oh, I love the way that looks. I think we're going to go over these again. And then we'll come in with the wet paper towel. Very nice. See, now you can see them really well. And we'll let that dry. And then we'll decide from here, what do we want to add to them. I guess I wound up needing it to be very dark. Like I said, now we'll come back in, and I think we'll stamp. We will stamp. Let me get this in some water. And I think what we'll do is I'll work in in the next video, I'm going to work in my grunge book. I need to get some die cuts out. That's what I should do. I think I have some steampunk die cuts I could put on there too. Got an idea brewing, ladies and gentlemen. Got an idea brewing. That seems to be okay. Yeah, I think that I'm going to bring out I have a few steampunk die cuts, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my, oh, yes, Rhonda, my bronze, oh, shoot, embossing powders. There we go. I'm going to get out my bronze embossing powders, and I think that I'm going to emboss one of my steampunk die cuts so that it looks like metal, and then we'll add it to that bingo card and Mod Podge over it, or matte medium over it. Let's see what we can do. Let's see, guys. Let me roll this up. Probably throwing my best art away right there, but that's what we're going to do. So again, I'm going to pause here. I'm going to get this stuff out to do it, and I'll be right back, okay? Hold on, guys. We'll be back. Okay, guys, so I was saying I had these die cuts in the steampunk theme, and what I'm going to do is I covered this, I think, well, and we're going to emboss it, and hopefully when we're done it'll look like metal. We're gonna find out. I gotta move this though before I create havoc, and if I need to I'll go over it again, right? I'll re-sticky it and re-powder it. I've seen somebody else do this, but I just don't remember where they kept going over their creation over and over until it looked like real metal. So that's what we're going to attempt. Now, I am going to turn on the heat gun, so if that bothers you, on the count of 3, you'll want to turn down the sound, okay? 1, 2, 3. Right, it definitely looks metal, but in all my trying to get it covered, I uncovered part of it, so I am going to go back over it and re-stick and then re-powder and then reheat. Looks pretty good if you ask me. I'm just going to do the whole thing. Let's see if we can't get it to look really good. And then we'll add it to the bingo card and see how it looks. If it doesn't look good, oh well, you know, I'm gonna use it in my own personal mixed media journal anyhow, so no worries. Oops, something came out of there. Part of that hadn't been touched, and then I learned to use this guy to hold it down so it wouldn't blow away and then burn off my finger. And I have the anti-cling, anti-static thing, but I never think to use it. That's wet. That's damp, so we're not going to bother. Interesting how that all peeled off. Interesting. Just move it over there. Let me get the lid on it because many times I have messed up this way. Alright, so I'm going to hold it down with this on the count of 1, 2, 3. Very nice. It definitely looks like metal. So we're going to give it a second to dry. Find a lid for this. Turned out pretty good. So it definitely looks metal. And then we're going to glue it on here. So I think what I'm going to do is get my Fix. And I'm going to put some here on this one first, and then I'll pick this one up and catch those gears. And I might go over my numbers again too. We're going to see how this looks, guys. Okay. See my slimy swirly? Okay, so we're going to bring this down here and up to there. And we're going to push it down. Look at this. Wow. I don't know about you guys, but I like it. I definitely like it. And then I think I'll ink around the edges again. And I really do think I'm going to go over my numbers. With what, I don't know, and how, I don't know yet, but yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. We're going to try it with this. We're going to try it with this. Yeah, that worked. Because my numbers just weren't showing up as good as I wanted them to. Now let's see. Okay, yeah. I can live with this. I think what I'm going to do on the next one, though, is I'm going to run these through the embosser and then ink them. But there we go. There is one done. And then let me see if I can get these ones to show up with this guy. Let's find out. Let's try. We can try, right? Oh, yeah. definitely works. They just weren't as dark as I wanted them to be. But this seems to be definitely picking them up. Yes, that did it. That worked. It's the grunge factor. Okay, so then I have that guy, but I don't know if I want to use him. You know, I just don't know. But I did like that one. That one I like the way it turned out. Okay, guys, that's enough for the moment, but there you go. There is my Ephemera Madness 24 bingo cards for the month of February. And then in March, it's going to be book pages, which I feel like that'll be a lot of fun. And then I think I'm going to pull out my grungy book, my mixed media book, and I think I'm going to add some book pages and do something in there along these lines. I got to practice, and that seems to be the best spot to practice. I can kind of push those out. Yeah. I can kind of push those out. Yeah. If you could see it in real life, I mean, the camera doesn't do much justice for it. But that looks pretty good. Very grungy, I will give it that. Very, very, very grungy. Now I'm wondering, do I want to do this gear? Maybe this way? Maybe just like that? And make it gold? Do I? Or, I don't know. No, I think I'm just going to leave it as is. And these we'll catch on the next time, but that's pretty good. There you go. There's my mixed media bingo card. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.